Does your teenager get anxious on big tests like the SAT and ACT? Do they do okay in the classroom, okay in practice, and then fall flat come test day? I'm Steve Schechter of Much Smarter. Your teenager can turn this challenge into an opportunity for success, not just on the SAT or ACT, but for life. Consider Megan, a former student of ours at Much Smarter. Megan is an excellent, highly motivated, and highly capable student. She does well in other aspects of her life too: sports, social. What Megan struggled with is pressure. She is from a family that sends its children to top Ivy League colleges. And while that expectation was never spoken, it was silently understood that Megan would apply to top Ivy League colleges and only to top Ivy League colleges. The pressure was always there. But Megan's test anxiety did not reveal itself until she actually took the SAT. She had practiced beautifully, scoring in the 98th percentile on practice tests. In other words, her practice score was better than 98% of the people taking the SAT. But when Megan took the SAT, she scored in the 75th percentile, well below what she was scoring on her practice tests and well below what she needed in order to get into her desired colleges. She was downhearted at the result, but returned to practice. Then, a few weeks later, she took the SAT again, 75th percentile again, not even close to what she wanted or needed. She was crushed. With tears in her eyes, she asked, "What's wrong with me?" Does Megan's situation feel at all familiar to you? If so, you may be feeling some of the same frustration that Megan did. But let's see how Megan learned to handle pressure. She began by approaching the SAT, ACT as a game. She stopped seeing it as a reflection of her intelligence or value. She stopped seeing it as a matter of life or death and began seeing it as simply a game of skill that she could practice and play. She found that regardless of family expectations, applying to top schools was her choice and decided to continue on that track. She learned that her test anxiety did not reflect any shortcoming on her part, and that handling pressure was simply a skill for her to learn. And learn it she did. She stayed in the game, took several attempts at the SAT and ACT, learned to focus on her game, and let go of the outcome. In the end, her ACT score reflected her true ability and was high enough that she was able to get into one of the top 3 Ivy League schools. Even more important, in her training, Megan learned what it takes to master any new game. So this success put her on the path to mastering all the games of her life. In our next video, we'll wrap up our discussion by taking a full look at the bigger opportunity that arises for your teenager when they face and master the challenge of test anxiety. See you there.